Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning at Avenue Market. My name is Paul Rupert. I'm the President and CEO of the Baltimore Public Markets Corporation. I'm very excited this morning to introduce our first speaker, Senator Chris Van Hollen.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Paul. Great to be here at Avenue Market with all of you. And I want to just thank a few folks who have been working on this project for a very long time. Mayor Scott, thank you for you and your team day in and day out bringing this project to fruition. To the President and CEO of the Baltimore Development Corporation, you'll hear from him, Colin Tarbert. The CEO of the No Boundaries Coalition, Ashia Parker. We're also joined by the President of the Upton Civic Association, Wanda Best. Also pleased to be joined by Senator Antonio Hayes, State Senator Antonio. Congratulations on a great session, and with Council Member Eric Costello, and to the entire team who's been part of the Avenue Market project. Thank you. I'm just thrilled to be here with my partners in the Congress. Kweisi Mfume, Congressman representing this district and doing a great job. And my friend and partner, the senior senator from the state of Maryland, Ben Cardin. And we come with good news, which is that through the congressional directed spending process, otherwise known as the earmark process, we were successful at securing $2 million to support the renovation of this historic Avenue Market. And I think people should know that for over a decade, we have not had what we call congressional directed spending. But we put in place important reforms, transparency measures, and we are proud to tell the world that we helped and fought for and secured funding for this very important project right here in West Baltimore. Why are we proud of it? Because everybody in the state, everyone in the city, everyone in West Baltimore deserves to have access to fresh and healthy food. And we know from common sense, but we also know from a mountain of evidence that access to healthy food, of course, leads to healthier lives and healthier outcomes. And then when you have food deserts and people don't have access to healthy foods, you have a less healthy community. So this is all about building a hub for vital and healthy food and a hub for the community and greater economic development. That's what this project is all about. We shouldn't have any food deserts in Baltimore City. We shouldn't have a single one. We have over 20 urban farms here in Baltimore City. We have over 100 community gardens right here in the city. So we need to be putting all of this together. We need to be making sure that those foods grown here in the city and other places around the state, but a lot in the city, can get on the tables of families right here in West Baltimore. And that's what this project is all about, making sure that the folks growing that food can have more places to sell it, and making sure that the community can buy healthy food at reasonable cost and reasonable rates. I think all of us know that Baltimore has a history of city markets. In fact, what we've seen is that Baltimore has the longest continuously operating city market system in the country. This one right here, Avenue Market can be traced 150 years back. And now it's time to breathe new life into Avenue Market and to make sure that this historic place is part of a brighter future here in West Baltimore. That's what this is all about. And I want to thank my partners. I mentioned Kweisi Mfume requested the $2 million for this project in the House of Representatives. He got it. In the Senate, I requested $2 million, and Senator Cardin and I partner on every single request we make. It's a team effort. So that's why you see Senator Cardin, myself, and Congressman Mfume here today with the team that has been behind this from the beginning, the Avenue Market team, to make this important announcement. So let me turn it over to my friend and colleague, Ben Cardin.
Well, this is a great day for Baltimore. I'm so happy that we all could be together. Let me congratulate Senator Van Hollen and Congressman Mfume. To be clear, they took the lead to make sure we could get $2 million in earmarks for this important project, and they delivered for the people of Baltimore. So congratulations to my two colleagues. To Mayor Scott, thank you for your extraordinary leadership in Baltimore City. The markets are critically important to our communities. This is healthy food. This is entrepreneurship. This is local sourcing. This is critically important to the survival of neighborhoods, which are the strength of Baltimore. So thank you, Mayor Scott, for your leadership. This is Team Maryland. Councilman Costello, Senator Hayes. It is our local government, state government, and federal government working together in partnership to deliver for the people of Baltimore, and we are so proud. So let me talk about this for one moment. This is a $10 million project here to revitalize this market. About half of that, about $5 million, is going to come from the federal government. The largest single share was the congressional earmark that was championed by Senator Van Hollen and Congressman Mfume. But there's also a substantial amount of money coming in through EDA. And let me say, it was the Biden administration through the American Rescue Plan that increased the monies going into the EDA program that allowed the federal government to participate in that regard. Thank you, President Biden, for your leadership in what you've done to help our communities. And to the Maryland delegation for being able to get there was a lot of competition for it. Mayor Scott, you were able, because you were prepared, to be able to move forward on the market. Congratulations to you. And there's new market tax credits that are also involved in this project that we championed to make sure that we continued that important program. It was our priority, and we were able to get that done. This is Team Maryland at work helping our communities. The bottom line is that the Upton community, the Penn North community, Sandtown communities, the communities here in West Baltimore have a much brighter future because of what we've done in Team Maryland. It's not the first project we did. We were all together just recently for PS 103 and for the wellness centers and for community centers here in West Baltimore. We are committed to the communities, to the neighborhoods. And we thank the leadership here for having confidence in Baltimore. We are your partners, and we're going to make sure that we continue to deliver for the people of Baltimore City. And I tell you, you can't have a more champion, a stronger leader in the United States Congress who fights every day for these issues on behalf of our urban centers in America, but most specifically for Baltimore City, your Congressman Kweisi Mfume.
Thank you very much, Senator Cardin, and I want to thank Senator Van Hollen as well. This is a team effort. Nothing happens on its own, and in the United States Congress, in the United States Senate, we found a way to put together a great team that continues to deliver over and over and over again for Baltimore. Now, I want to also, and because this is personal for me, and I'll tell you why in just a moment, I want to also thank the representatives here from Upton, from Druid Heights, from the Fremont Avenue Association, from Sandtown, Winchester, Wanda, Ms. Parker, and others who are here. Thank you, because this is really about you delivering for the people that you work with day in and day out in these community associations. And I have to tell you that for me it's personal because I grew up 3 blocks from here at 1834 Division Street. And I got my very first job right here in this market at age 16 in 1965, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. And I had to get a job because my mother died and I had to drop out of school that year to take care of my younger sisters. So working here day in and day out, bagging groceries, carrying groceries, shining shoes, doing whatever I had to do helped to develop me with basic values and a basic appreciation, not just for work, but for this community. This community has done so much over the years that it pains my heart when I see people act like it didn't exist and doesn't exist. So you sent me there 24 months ago. Until the day I get carried out, I'm going to continue to do everything I can, ought to, and should do for this community. You're so very, very special. Don't let anybody take that from you. 3 years later, in 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. This whole community blew up in flames. Where are the old timers? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Flames and buildings, just destruction. The only thing still standing now is this Avenue Market and Northwestern Loan Company, which is really Northwestern Pawn Company, for the record. But you remember J.J. Brill's over in this corner? You remember the Pipe Rack Clothing Store, Adams Hat Store, Tommy Tucker 5 and Dime? All of those businesses meant so much to this community, and finding a way to bring them back with this now, this market, being the cornerstone of all that is so very, very important. So the whole package is $9 million. As you heard Senator Cardin say and Senator Van Hollen, 5 of that is coming indirectly. You got $2 million directly from us as a result of this earmark. Oh yeah, amen. We want to turn this back into a first-class market so that it rivals any other market. We're going to have fresh produce and fresh food. People will come and have an opportunity to gather again, and all the things that were lacking are going to be put back in place. So it's very, very special, and I want to thank all of you, and particularly the community associations that I mentioned, for working so hard. I'm happy to let you know also that we're joined, if you haven't heard, by Eric Costello, your councilman, by Senator Antonio Hayes, and I think Delegate Ampry is here somewhere, I think. But Senator Hayes, let me just thank you and the delegation in Annapolis for making sure that the state has done its part also and will continue to do its part in keeping this market and this community vibrant and alive. So it's my honor to bring forth the mayor of the city of Baltimore, who really needs no introduction, but has been very instrumental in making sure that all of us continue to find ways to work with him step by step, bit by bit, to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Mayor Scott.
Thank you, Congressman Mfume, and thank you for always reminding us of where we've been, but more importantly, sir, where we need to go and how to do that together. I am so grateful to be here, and good morning to everyone, with the best federal delegation that any mayor in the country can find and have. I tell that to our mayor, my fellow mayors all the time. When you have Senator Van Hollen, Senator Cardin, Congressman Mfume, Congressman Rupersberger, and Congressman Sarbanes, we have a team, Team Maryland, as Senator Cardin always say, that always delivers and brings results for us. And for me, they just had one request. They said, be organized and be ready, and we'll bring the money. And we see where we are today, and consistently they are delivering. So thank you, gentlemen, for always believing and investing in Baltimore City. I'm also grateful. Oh, yeah, we can clap for them. Thank you. Also very grateful to be here with the hardest working man on the city council, Councilman Eric Costello. And then Congressman Mfume, the senator recently had a name change. The best senator from West Baltimore, Senator Antonio Hayes Sr.
That's right.
He has to add the senior to his name now. And always grateful to be with Miss Wanda and Ashia, who are two of the finest community leaders that Baltimore can find, and to be here in historic West Baltimore. We know this corridor was once, as you heard, home to a flourishing black and arts entertainment district and a hub for activity, not just for West Baltimore, but for all of our city. And we know that our communities, and we're working to bring that back. This area was once the beating heart of a thriving black middle-class community. Our residents here have lived through decades of disinvestment and neglect, but we are gathered here today to say that those days are over. While our small businesses have remained resilient and continue to serve our communities, they have often been asked to undertake this work without sufficient support. The historic Avenue Market, first established in 1871, has long served this community even as the surrounding community has changed. Yet, we all know It is in need of a makeover to restore it as an economic hub for local African American entrepreneurs focused on equitable and sustainable growth. And I want to thank our wonderful federal delegation for this committing $2 million to the redevelopment of this crucial and historic place. Let's give them a round of applause again. I cannot express how grateful that the city of Baltimore, and particularly West Baltimore, is for your support and commitment to our great city. This investment will support our shared vision for equitable neighborhood development and help us build a Baltimore that we all can be proud of. We are no longer investing just in downtown. We're investing in downtown and our communities simultaneously so that all of Baltimore can be built better to recover. The newly renovated market, along with the great work being done by Cardin, the newly established Pennsylvania North Avenue Development Authority, Senator Hayes, the Black Arts and Entertainment District, the great folks that you see here with us today, will return it not just to its former glory, but to a glory that it has never seen. And once again, we will make the Avenue Market a vibrant cornerstone of the Upton community with access to affordable and healthy food. The Baltimore Public Markets Corporation, Farm Alliance, and the No Boundaries Fresh at the Market program have continued to promote nutritional security even as the businesses around them have struggled. And for that, we say thank you. We know our markets are incubators for how we can grow our business, and this is how we invest and pave the way for Baltimore's renaissance, by providing the space to these emerging businesses, creating jobs, economic growth, and sustainable wealth generation for and in our communities. And that is something that we all can be proud of. And I want to say thank you again to everyone assembled here today. And I'll turn it over to Colin Talbert from the Baltimore Development Corporation, who has led this organization for the last few years and has really helped to shift our economic focus in Baltimore to be more inclusive, to be more equitable, to make sure that BDC is no longer seen as an organization that just works downtown, but around town. And for that, Colin, we say thank you, and I ask you to come forward.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor, for the kind introduction. My name is Colin Tarbert, and I have the pleasure of serving as the board chair of the Baltimore Public Markets. And we are so grateful for this investment. Definitely want to thank the mayor, Brandon Scott, Senator Van Hollen, Senator Cardin, Congressman Mfume for all of your support. I also want to acknowledge Senator Hayes. We had a great state session this year, which will fund more investment in our public markets. And of course, Councilman Costello for all of your support of the public markets. I've been working with the public markets for over a decade now, first as a staffer in the mayor's office, then a board member, and now as chair for like the last 4 years. And over those years and the coming years, with the investment that you hear today, we will have invested nearly $75 million in our public markets. This investment will ensure that a long tradition and history of the public markets continues, and that our markets continue to support diverse neighborhoods across the city, including the Avenue Market. I want to thank our volunteer board of directors who work tirelessly to guide the organization and advocate for the markets. And I also want to thank the public markets team led by Paul Rupert, who joined us as president and CEO just about a year ago, and acknowledge some of his team members, Benice Thayer, Dave O'Donnell, Sherry Woods, Kristen Mitchell, and of course Johnny Williams, who are all here today, and acknowledge the great work that they're doing for the public markets. To give them a round of applause. But we also must thank our customers, because of course without them we wouldn't exist. And we also must thank our vendors, who work hard each and every day to ensure quality food access to residents. In particular, I'm pleased to introduce one of our most important vendors, Fresh at the Market, who provides healthy foods here at Avenue Market as part of the great work of the No Boundaries Coalition, a resident-led advocacy organization in Central West Baltimore. It's my pleasure to introduce a great leader, advocate, and our partner, Ashia Parker. Sorry, I'm going to do that again. Ashia, and I even had spelled it out here, so Ashia Parker, CEO of the No Boundaries Coalition. Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. If God wills, I'll be 43 years old this year, and my name has been butchered so many times that I will answer to almost anything. I'm just glad to be called upon. So as Colin said, my name is Ashia Parker. I am the Executive Director of No Boundaries Coalition. On behalf of our board, staff, and membership, I bring greetings to our federal delegation today, Mayor Scott, and the city delegation, and Senator Hayes, and anybody else that is out here that I did not see. We are so thankful for the investment that is going to be brought into our community. Our organization runs Fresh at the Avenue, which is a stall and the only stall currently inside of the market that sells fresh produce and foods. For us, it is a lot more than just grabbing an apple. We do workforce development. It's a gathering place. It's a place where young folk can see that this is my community and I should love it and foster it. So we are grateful. This $2 million investment is very vital to this market and to our community. No Boundaries Coalition believes that our greatest commodity is the people that we serve in our communities. And this investment initially was designed to make sure that the building is restored and that businesses grow, but we believe that it's an investment in the people of Baltimore. Baltimore is so much bigger than our challenges. We are a city of proud neighborhoods and of proud people. And if any investment that is made in our community will result in direct success for the people of Baltimore. Investing in organizations who have direct impact on community members should be the #1 priority of our elected partners. That's why I am so grateful for our federal delegation today. So again, I want to say thank you, and I look forward to the investment in one of our greatest community assets, the Avenue Market. So my job is to introduce Miss Bess. What can we say about Miss Bess? Miss Bess is the mayor of Upton. Yes. Right. So no, I'll say she's the governor, and I'm the lieutenant governor of West Baltimore, right? So seriously, Miss Wanda, at first I'm like, what's her title? It's really hard because she has a few hats in our community, but she is one of the people who is here, who loves the community, who loves our people, and works tirelessly day after day. So without further ado, Miss Wanda Bess.
All right, I've got my paper. Ashia told me I need to start using my phone. But I'm in that generation. Good afternoon, all elected officials, Senator Cardin, Senator Van Hollen, Congressman Mfume. A special thank you to you for understanding the importance of redevelopment of the historic Pennsylvania Avenue. Mayor Scott, Senator Hayes, Councilman Costello, I didn't see Councilman Torrance. Your continued support for improving the quality of life in our communities means the world to us. I am Wanda Bess, the Executive Director of the Upton Planning Committee. I am here representing the Upton community as well as the Gateway, which includes Upton, Penn North, Druid Heights CDC, Pennsylvania Avenue Main Street, UPC CDC, and the Black Arts and Entertainment District. It's important that you know that we are team players in this area, and we will continue to work together throughout Central West Baltimore. Between these organizations, we will bring on over 200 households in the next 2 years. It is important that the Avenue Market be a flagship operation. It is important that you understand that we will make sure that the community is engaged in all aspects of the development of the Avenue Market. Personally, it's very dear to my heart. I've been a practicing dietitian for 40 years, so I expect to see more fresh fruits and vegetables in Central West Baltimore. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so if we don't hand over the money, this didn't happen, right? So I need everybody to sort of gather up front. bring forward the check